Hey guys, how's everyone doing? All right, so when we're parenting kids from hard places, breakthroughs are such a breath of fresh air. Maybe they just start sleeping through the night, or they finally start using their words to express an emotion rather than acting it out. And you just breathe this sigh of relief and you think, finally, after all these months, or maybe even years, it's paying off. We're getting there. We're headed there, and you feel the wind in your sails, and you're moving along. Have you been at this journey long enough to have one of those days? Have you had that feeling? Go ahead and leave a comment below with what that breakthrough was for you guys. I can just feel the sighs of relief, and I've been there. Maybe it's just me, but after one of those things happens, I expect that to be our new status quo, the pattern that's going to continue. And if nothing else, I can at least check off that box, that skill that we conquered, so that we can move on to the next one. We can check off using our words instead of our behaviors, or sleeping through the night. And now we can move on to the next thing. We can move on to social skills, or, going a shorter bedtime routine, or whatever the thing is. But the problem is that healing, life in general, but healing in particular, is just not linear. It just doesn't always follow this absolute positive slope towards getting better. Unfortunately, one great day doesn't always mean more are to come. And climbing that mountain to conquer that behavior or reach that skill once doesn't mean that we won't have to climb it again and again and again. So the good news about that is when a setback occurs, like a night of screaming after 2 weeks of sleeping through the night, or a meltdown about a big feeling, rather than using words to express what your child's, or having your child use words to express what he or she is feeling. Remember, those setbacks aren't linear either. So just one setback isn't going to set you into the slippery slope of sliding back into and the undoing of all of the things that you've worked on. So that's the good news. The bad news is that because we know that healing isn't linear and it doesn't always have this positive slope, we know that setbacks are going to happen. They're actually to be expected. So kind of like the stock market graph doesn't continually move up, it kind of goes up and down and up and down and up and down. I mean, it dropped for a big drop, and then it moves up a little bit and a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And over time, that average has a general positive trend. If we were to smooth that line out, it's, more, it has grown over the past 10 years in a positive direction. I think they say any 10-year slice you take has an upward trend. But if you zoom in on that graph and look at the day to day, you might take a 10-day slice instead of a 10-year slice. And a 10-day slice might have a negative direction. So it just has a lot of volatility, and our kids' behaviors are a lot like that. They go up and down every day, every hour, every second, every minute. Another visual that I use often is, imagine a spring or a slinky. So imagine, a physical spring or slinky. And imagine it's like half in, half out of two spaces in life. It's half in, like, better land, when you're doing better. And then the other half is in, like, let's be honest, hell. And you start at the bottom when you start your journey with your child, and you're slowly moving up the spring. You're traveling up. But because it lives half in hell and half in better land, as you go on that journey, you're going into hell, into better land, into hell, into better land, as you're traveling up and up and up. So the good news is, if, healing and secure attachment is at the top and the beginning of your relationship at the bottom, you're constantly moving towards our goal of secure attachment. But as you're going in and out of hell and into better land, in and out of hell, into better land. It feels, really rocky emotionally. So the next time you have a bad day with your kiddo, just remember to zoom out on that behavior graph. look at slices of years instead of even days or weeks. And, just see, can you see a positive thing? What are the wins you can see across there? What are things that have gotten consistently better now that you're looking at a really big chunk of time and not just, the last 5 days or 10 days? And then also remember that spring and just think, if you're in a season of hell now, you'll be heading to better land very, very soon. And so that's helpful for me, for my mental state, and just reminding my mind and helping, hopefully my heart will catch up that, those days that are so devastatingly awful because you have a setback aren't the end of the world. So if you need some solidarity during this crazy, tumultuous journey, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. You can find me at MA And then I also have that Facebook support group, Essentially Connected Parenting, that kind of goes along with this YouTube channel. All the links to those things are in the description of the video. And we would especially love to be your shoulder to cry on and and hold your hand as you're kind of either in a downward slope or in the part of your spiral that's in hell. So just remember, you are not alone.